You're listening to Phalon Reacts, your source of entertainment news, pop culture discussion, and everything Hollywood. This episode has been brought to you by Anchor.fm, and you can follow me on social media on Twitter at Phalon Reacts and on YouTube, which is youtube.com/c/Phalon Reacts. So the topic of the hour is reboots. If you know me, I'm not the biggest fan of them. I'd really rather they didn't reboot everything to death. And there's a couple of reboots that I feel like really needs to be talked about. And the first one is Power Rangers. So a lot of us grew up on Power Rangers, most especially the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. We grew to love these characters. Yes, the show was corny and wasn't always the best, but let's be real. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers totally smokes all the other shows that came after it. Dino was close. It was close to being that tier level of, hey, this show was pretty good. Because I can go back and watch it now, whether I'm watching it with my nieces and nephews. I still enjoy Mighty Morphin Powers. Corny as heck. But it was a decent show. It had some drama, comedy, slapstick humor. Bulk and Skull was hilarious. I'm just saying right now. Love those two. Though, as a kid, I was like, they're the bad guys. Why should I like them? Eventually, you do like them, whether you like it or not. Even the comics were kind of hilarious. But I didn't have so much a problem with the last reboot they tried to do of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It wasn't too bad. I know a lot of people are like, ugh, but it wasn't bad, in my honest opinion. But instead of giving them a second movie, which I 100% think they should have, they're rebooting it again. Paramount has greenlit, and I'm kind of afraid. I don't want them to reboot Mighty Morphin Power Rangers again, because we've had Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and so many of us don't want that ruined. What I'm hoping they do, I really honestly hope they do this, they make it about a completely different storyline. I don't care if they're going to go for Zeo, go for any number of the storylines, because there was a lot. There were the Galaxy, there was, I believe, oh my gosh, I can't remember exactly, but there was a bit of a mystical. And honestly, what they could do with the reboot is don't have it set during the timeline with any of the Rangers we know and love. They should try something a little bit different, be something original. It can still be within the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger kind of universe, but have it be something their own. Don't take elements from other things. It's like, yes, I understand the want to, hey, but this is a new twist. I don't want a new twist. I've had the new twist many times with many different Rangers, and I'm going to just throw this out there. Billy was my favorite. Absolutely 100%. My sister's favorite was Tommy. We were little kids. We loved to pretend to be Rangers. Who wouldn't want to be a Power Ranger? Let's be real. But yeah, it's like, don't reboot it, please. If you want to do it for nostalgia, you could pull those of us who are long-time fans in with an entirely new story. And please make it campy, please. That was part of the whole thing that we enjoyed. And now you want to reboot it again. It's like, stop, don't, please. With that said, with my whole rant on that said, if you can effectively reboot this, don't bring in the characters, don't turn all the characters we loved, switch race, switch gender. Don't do that. Create some all new characters. Characters that don't have connections to the characters we know. Well, I say that I wouldn't mind there being a Power Ranger in this reboot that is Tommy and Kimberly's kid, because that would be interesting. But then it would probably be a continuation. So Disney has decided, in its infinite wisdom, that it needs to resurrect Gargoyles. And I can understand why they would feel that this would be a good property to reboot. There's a lot of fans still around. This is a cult classic for a lot of people, especially the millennials. And there's a lot of us millennials. But one of the chief concerns I have is what they're going to do to it. How they're going to change the characters. If they are going to keep the same characters from the original series. They could very well not even go anywhere near the original characters because they've had such a bad luck of when they try to reboot something or continue it. Not to go all Star Wars on y'all, but they took hold of the Star Wars property and they kind of ran that to the ground. Not many people are buying their merchandise. They've had to destroy a lot of it. And not a great sign, but I'm hoping that whether they are rebooting it with the original characters or not, there's going to be good stories. If they do keep the characters, and I know this is a reboot, not a continuation, that if they do use the characters, that they still keep that core part of them the same, that does not change. For me, for you, for anyone that may be a big fan of this, I think we can all agree overall that nobody likes seeing their fandom die. And the idea that, hey, this fandom may come back alive, that's great. But at the same time, there's always going to be that worry that something's going to happen to completely ruin anything and everything. So, yeah, I'm going to keep an eye out on this, on Gargoyles, and seeing how this is going to progress. Because it might progress in a way that makes all of us happy.